Battlefield 6 has come out, and it's pretty damn fun. It's generally a step in a great direction, harkening back to my all-time favorite in the franchise, Battlefield 1. That being said, there have been some missteps made since I skipped out on 5 in 2042. It was just bad all around, and there is so much wrong with those two that it would take its own video to really delve into it. The thing I want to talk about specifically is from 2042 and bleeds into 6. That is the Battle Pass. Man, do I hate Battle Passes. It's just kind of predatory to the gamer, locking content behind any sort of paywall or giving favoritism to unlocking said content for those who pay is simply pay to win, especially considering the weapons and attachments behind it. Don't forget, they charge $70 just to play the game to begin with, on top of these new subscription models for the Battle Pass. New content is welcome, but when I see things that go against the developer's statement for the game to take itself and be sincere with an artistic aesthetic that gives you a gritty Battlefield experience, I expect them to mean what they say. This new Season 1 update mostly adds things I don't think are Battlefield, like Battle Royale? Really? The thing this franchise is definitely not known for? The game desperately needs more actual Battlefield content and more maps. I get that they want to tap into the BR numbers, but this, in my opinion, should wait until we have triple the maps. We have 11-ish maps or so now. That gets repetitive in a shooter. We need map counts of 20 plus just for starters to have variety. Mid-size, large, vehicle-focused, and infantry-focused, perhaps some amphibious maps just to keep things fresh. It's really concerning that we see them trying to appeal to a completely separate genre from the core player base of this franchise, especially so early on post-launch. It's a big red flag right out of the gate. As for cosmetics, firstly, I have two ideas for each. One could make an option in the menu to toggle people's cosmetics on or off, or go a step further and allow banning of cosmetics for your client side. Because I'm not gonna lie to you guys, sometimes it's difficult to discern friend from foe, especially when everybody looks like a rainbow warrior out in the field. It can lead to the player misidentifying a threat, which is why, real armies of standing nations have their own uniforms to reduce the possibility of friendly fire incidents. To boot, I would prefer my soldiers to be soldiers in my military-themed multiplayer shooter game. This leads me to my second considerable thought. Why not make cosmetics reflect nations aligned with either NATO or Pax Armada? That way you can't possibly see British/American uniforms as brothers in arms as the Pax guys, and vice versa when playing as NATO. Make more distinct skins for NATO. Give them the US Army, US Marines, US Air Force, etc. There are many real-life examples for each nation's standing army that wouldn't clash horribly with the overall theme of the game. This is a fair compromise. You can still have faction skins and cosmetics without making visual clarity an absolute nightmare. I just really detest the idea of neon colors and flashing vibrant uniforms as if they are straight out of Cyberpunk. It just looks goofy and really detracts from the overall experience. Look no further than Battlefield 1. It was absolutely top squick. Not that a Cyberpunk-style Battlefield game couldn't be cool, but it's about sticking to the themes of modern warfare. Speaking of things that really grinds my gears, filters. What the absolute heck is going on there? Why is there this ugly filter that drowns out the color and visuals of the game? I honestly don't understand why other devs do this. Let your game be colorful. It reminds me of the early 2000s where everything was drab and gray due to the trends in Hollywood at the time. I get that it's to create a certain mood, like you would at a restaurant with dim lights and dark red walls. It creates a sense of hunger from the red, and the dimmed lights are to obscure the food to help heighten the senses of smell and taste. I understand that's an attempt to create a gritty war feel, but honestly, having a colorful and vibrant Battlefield that gets mulched and turns that way from the fighting is way cooler. It also allows the devs to make use of the excellent Frostbite engine and one of its key characteristics, turning the player's environment into a proper battlefield. The Season 1 update is off to a not-so-good start. It's worrying, it shows a lack of commitment to promises made earlier. I would rather overreact than not react until it's too late. I mean, look no further than Battlefield 5 or Battlefield 2042. By the time they were course-correcting their mistakes, the ship had already struck the iceberg. The one thing I can say is that it does seem that unlike Halo Studios, the DICE team is being fairly on point when adhering to criticisms. This I cannot commend enough. However, the fight is still young, and Battlefield 6 still has a long way to go before it's on par with its heritage. At the end of the day, I think we all want Battlefield to be king again. So, let me know what things you like or perhaps don't like about the new season for Battlefield. Were you as disappointed as I was? Either or, thank you all for watching, Chatfish. Please be sure to like and subscribe to my humble little channel, and become a mighty Chatfish of the bucket. We'll see you in the next stream. Until then, take care and have a fantastic day, Chat Bros.